Hi, hello, and welcome to my miniature Christmas series of Geography Girl. I hope you've been having a wonderful festive season so far. If you've not yet disgraced yourself at your work Christmas party, let this episode be a warning of the dangers of dancing and singing and overall just feeling joy at this time of year. On Christmas Eve, 1021, 18 people gathered outside a church in Kolbig, Germany, and danced like it was Rainbow Rhythms, completely disrupting the Christmas Eve service. Kolbig, Saxony is a small town in 2nd century Germany, and the priest came outside to stop the party, ordering the people to stop dancing. They ignored him, holding hands and dancing in a ring of dance of sin, clapping, jumping and chanting like some creepy cult. The priest was furious and cursed them to dance for an entire year as a punishment for their behaviour. And believe it or not, it worked. This dancing plague lasted a whole year. Dancers were not able to control their limbs until the following Christmas. Exhausted and repentant, they fell into a deep sleep, and some never woke up. This story terrified many in medieval Europe. Compulsive dancing was a real fear in medieval times. Known as a dancing plague, choromania, and St. Vitus's dance, it was a social phenomenon that may have had biological causes. It occurred primarily in mainland Europe between the 14th and 17th centuries, and it was terrifying for people who were infected because it was thought as a celestial or supernatural force that would destroy their lives. Causes were poorly understood, and its remedies were based on wild guesses. The incident at Kolberg was thought to be one of the first dancing plagues. Another was in Aachen, which is in the Holy Roman Empire, in modern-day Germany in 1374, and it quickly spread throughout Europe, spreading to other places such as Cologne, Flanders, Franconia, Metz, Strasbourg and Utrecht, and regions in countries such as Italy and Luxembourg. One particular notable outbreak occurred in Strasbourg in 1518, where people fasted for days, and the outbreak was possibly caused by exhaustion. In another outbreak, in 1428, a monk danced to death, and in the same year, a group of women in Zurich were reported in a dancing frenzy. There is no consensus amongst modern-day scholars as to the causes of dancing mania. The several theories proposed range from religious cults being behind the processions to people dancing to relieve themselves of stress and put in the poverty of a period out of their minds. It is speculated to have been a mass psychogenic illness in which physical symptoms with no known cause are observed to affect a group of people, such as a form of social influence. St. Vitus's dance was diagnosed in the 17th century as Sidum chorea. Dancing mania was known as an epidemic chorea, an epidemic dancing. A disease of the nervous system, chorea is characterized by symptoms resembling those of dancing mania, which is also rather inconvincingly being considered a form of epilepsy. Other scientists have described dancing mania as a collective mental disorder and mass madness. Women have often been portrayed in modern literature as the usual participants in dancing mania, although contemporary sources suggest otherwise. Whether the dancing was spontaneous or an organised event is also debated. What is certain, however, that dancers seem to be in a state of unconsciousness and unable to control themselves. In Italy, a similar phenomenon was tarantulism, which its victims were said to have been poisoned by a tarantula or a scorpion. It occurred only in the summer months. As with dancing mania, people would suddenly begin to dance, sometimes after being affected by a bite or a sting, and were joined by others who believed the venom from their own old bites were reactivated by the heat of the music. Dancer would perform a tarantella, accompanied by music which would eventually cure the victim, at least temporarily. Sources agree that dancing mania is one of the earliest recorded forms of mass hysteria and describes it as a psychic epidemic, with numerous explanations that might account for the behaviour of the dancers. It has been considered that outbreaks may have been due to a cultural contagion triggered in times of particular hardship by deeply rooted popular beliefs in the region regarding angry spirits capable of inflicting a dancing curse to punish their victims. And that's it for today's episode. Consider yourself warned. If you happen to get off with your boss or find yourself grinding on the photocopier at your Christmas party, we will blame it on a demonic curse rather than the alcohol. I hope you're feeling good this season, and I'll see you next time.